Now, the world is racing to speed up the vaccination to try and end the pandemic. Global powers are also sparring over the magic bullet in a kind of an upmanship of mine happens to be better than yours. Now, the makers of Russia's Sputnik V vaccine have demanded an apology from European Union's medicines regulator. This after a senior EU official warned member states against hastily authorizing the jab and comparing the emergency rollouts to Russian roulette. Several EU nations have already begun distributing the Sputnik V vaccine ahead of approval in the bloc. The vaccine maker wrote on Twitter, and I quote, "We demand a public apology from Emma Christina Wertheimer for her negative comments on the EU states directly approving Sputnik V." Now, the European Commission last week had reaffirmed that the assessment of the Russian vaccine by the European regulator will be done on health criteria only, without any other geopolitical considerations.
Currently, no talks are ongoing to integrate the Sputnik vaccine in the portfolio.
I would like to say very clearly, EMA undertakes its analysis of a vaccine based on health-related criteria related to the safety and the efficacy of the vaccine. Full stop. There is no other consideration than that. And therefore, geopolitics have nothing to do with the fact that you consider that EMA would consider a vaccine safe and efficacious or not. It's based on the assessment of the vaccine.
Meanwhile, Russia is, of course, pushing ahead with its plans to make its COVID-19 vaccine in Europe. It has secured a deal to produce the Sputnik V shot in Italy. The Sputnik V has already been approved or is being assessed for approval in 3 EU member states: Hungary, Slovakia and the Czech Republic. Meanwhile, the United States has accused Russia of spreading disinformation against the US-made COVID-19 vaccine, saying that Moscow is actually putting lives at risk. The United States has further said that the Russian websites played up risks of the US-made Pfizer vaccine in an apparent bid to boost Russia's homegrown Sputnik V.
We can, in fact, confirm that our Global Engagement Center has identified 4 Russian online platforms that are directed by Russian intelligence services and spread disinformation. These sites have, in fact, included disinformation about 2 of the vaccines that have now been approved by the FDA in this country. It is very clear that Russia is up to its old tricks, and in doing so is potentially putting people at risk by spreading disinformation about vaccines that we know to be saving lives every day.
Meanwhile, China has launched a digital COVID-19 vaccination certificate for its citizens planning on international travel. The move, of course, has come as China is looking at ways to reopen its economy globally. Now, issuing a notification on their website, the Chinese Foreign Ministry has said that the Department of Consular Affairs has given that certificate details about the holders' COVID-19 vaccination information will be provided, and also the coronavirus test results will also be a part of it. But it still remains unclear as to which countries will recognize Beijing's virus passport. Now, the digital certificate in the form of a QR code will be available for Chinese citizens via a program on the social media platform WeChat. With this, China has joined list of Bahrain to introduce some kind of a virus passport, and recent reports in fact suggest that the West is also considering on introducing a similar permit. Now, the EU, the United Kingdom and the United States are also working on some kind of vaccine green passes that would allow citizens to travel between nations and abroad, provided they can turn out a negative COVID-19 test. On Monday, the United States issued new guidelines for people who've been fully vaccinated. They can gather in public without a face mask, although doing so in large numbers has not been recommended. Now, China, on the other hand, has not eased any restrictions for people who've received their vaccine jabs. The Chinese Health Ministry has said that those who have been inoculated can still end up contracting the virus. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.